And coming up, an exclusive interview with Yair Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel's son. He's never given an interview before. This is his first one, so stay right where you are. This is your first interview, I'm being told. Is that right?
It is. It is. I'm very excited.
So I'm very honored to have you. That's amazing. So Yair, Israel and America, they of course have had this relationship. A lot of people want to know, why does it even matter? Why do Americans care so much about Israel, and why do we do so much for Israel? What is the importance of that relationship?
Right. So Israel is the #1 ally of the United States, and the United States is the #1 ally of Israel. We have no better friends. You know, our enemies, whether it's Iran or radical Islamists, they call Israel the little Satan and America the big Satan. So they see us as you and you as us. And
so they first want to get rid of Israel, and then they're coming for us. Of course.
And by the way, they're right. Israel is America, and America is Israel. We're coming from the same Judeo-Christian roots and civilization. And
that's very important, because we have allies. I don't know why we call them allies, but we do. We have allies like Saudi Arabia who share none of our values. They don't agree with us on anything. I mean, you look at our cultures, they're extremely different. They're not even compatible. And yet you have Israel, who actually, the people, the leadership, everyone actually shares a lot of the things that Americans believe in.
Exactly. So unlike other countries in the Middle East, not only did we have the same interests as America, but also the Israeli people adores America and is friendly with America. And we have, for example, the only 9/11 memorial with the steel from the Twin Towers outside of America is in Israel. And when 9/11 happened, you know, so Israel was in mourning, like it happened to us, exactly the same. But the Palestinians were celebrating in the streets and handing out candies. And you can tell that Israel is the most reliable ally of the United States in the Middle East. And although it's only in the size of New Jersey, it can give so much to the United States for security, intelligence. There's a lot of terror attacks that were thwarted by Israeli intelligence that were supposed to being carried out against American interests around the world, and even in America itself.
Yeah, the intelligence thing is huge. I think that people forget about that, just how much intel Israel gives us and how much what we know about what's going on in that part of the world. It comes from you guys.
So there's also another point that's very important to talk about, that Israel is the only safe haven for Christians in the Middle East. Christians in the Middle East are being ethnically cleansed in most of the Middle East, and Israel is the only place in the Middle East where not only Christians survive but also thrive. And we have full religious liberty for all faith in Israel. We have gay equality, woman equality. All the countries surrounding us, being gay is punishable by death. Woman is officially the possession of her husband or her father, and Christians are being persecuted. For a good example is the holy city of Bethlehem, where Jesus Christ was born. So up until 1994, it was controlled by Israel, and it was 80% Christian. And in 1994, Israel gave the control of the city to the Palestinian Authority. And now in 2019, the Christian population stands around 10% because they've been persecuted out.
I want to talk a little bit about our president, Donald Trump, because he is often portrayed as this anti-Semite, white supremacist. And you look at what he's done for Israel, and you look at what he's done in Israel, and you look at his family even, and you just are trying to put the two together. Like, how does this fit together? How does what I am told about him in the media fit? You know, what I'm seeing his relationship with Israel doesn't make sense. And what is your take on that?
Well, in my view, I think President Trump is the best friend that Israel and the Jewish people ever had in the White House. He will be remembered in Jewish history for forever, for moving the embassy to Jerusalem and recognizing Jerusalem and recognizing the Golan Heights. The Jewish people still remember King Cyrus the Great from Persia that recognized Jerusalem 2,500 years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
So we have a long-term memory, and the vast majorities of Israeli adores America and adores President Trump. He's a real rock star in Israel.
That's incredible. I remember Obama, he said, I'm the closest thing to a Jew that's ever sat in the Oval Office. And to me, that was just an incredible thing to say. Donald Trump's actually not just running his mouth and saying things. Donald Trump is actually doing things. And to portray that as anti-Israel is incredible to me. He's done so much for Israel. It's almost as if, I'd like him to do some of the things he's doing in Israel here, for instance. And this is not Donald Trump, but I did want to talk to you about the wall that separates Egypt and Israel. Because in America, we're dealing with our own issues on the southern border. Israel has a wall with Egypt, and to say it works is probably an understatement.
Yeah, so we had a problem at the early 2000s onward that we have a border with Egypt that is just an open desert. And we started having a lot of, a big flow of illegal immigrants crossing from Africa, because Egypt has a border with Sudan, and then from there the rest of Africa, and they would just walk from there, from Sudan to Egypt, and then right through the border with Israel and going all the way to Tel Aviv. So they would just walk from third world countries into first world country. And Israel is only 8 million people, so tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants eventually would have bring to the destruction of Israel. So in 2011, we built a wall coast to coast on the border with Egypt. And since the wall was completed, the illegal immigrants, the illegal immigration have completely stopped.
Completely.
Zero stop. 0%, yeah.
I mean, that is just incredible. It makes sense, because when you think putting up a physical barrier, hey, it works. But I mean, that is incredible that it went down by 100%. So, yeah. It works there. I believe that it could absolutely work here. I was hoping we could solve world peace here and come up with all these solutions. I think we did pretty well, though. I appreciate it. Carrie, Yair, thank you so much. It was a real honor to have you guys.
Thank you.